everyone, I'm Sangayuko Mayuli Ulandari from 7E class. In this occasion, I want to tell you about how to prepare an effective PowerPoint for your presentation. So there are 4 main points that you need to consider when you start to make your own PowerPoint. The first one is about the outline. The second one is about the type and also the size of the letter. And the third one is about the color and the background. And the last one is about the element build and also the transition features. So these 4 main points are needed when you start to make your own PowerPoint. So the first one is about the outline. The outline shows about the content of your presentation. It means that the content that you put in the slide should include all the materials or all the information from your topic. But it is impossible to put all the materials in one slide because it consists long sentences. So please avoid to use the long sentences in your slide because the reader may get confused when they start to read the information in the slide. So what you need to do is first you have to think about the important information from each major point from your material, and then you put it in the slide, and after that you could the rest information you could transfer to them by directly directly and tell them about what the first point means and etc. And the second one is about selecting the type and also the size of the letter in your written form. This point is very important thing to consider when you make your PowerPoint. Why? Because it enables your audience more easier to read your information in the slide. It only happens when you have already choose the appropriate type and also the size of the letter. And in your computer there are a variety of type and also size of the letter. For example, sans serif letter like Arial. I suggest you to use sans serif letter in your written form in the slide because commonly sans serif letter has a thick written form, so that your audience could easily read your what is written in the slide. And furthermore, you should adjust the size, the appropriate size of the letter in your written form in order to make sure all the audience, whether they are sit in the back or they are sit near the slide, they all could easily read the information or the point that you write in the slide easily. And the third one is about the color and the background. We have to use a contrast font from the background to make our reader easily to get the information in the slide. Basically, you could use a light color of letter when you have a dark background, because this combination can make your written form easier to read by the reader, and also vice versa. And please don't use a color for decoration or too many animation background in your slide, because it could distract your audience attention to read the information in your slide. And also, deciding the color and background is very important due to its purpose, in order to make the audience easy to read the slides, and also to make the audience interested to our slide and our presentation. And the last one is about the element build and also the transition feature. There are a variety of element build that you could choose to add more variety of your presentation, but you cannot use all the elements built like clip art, picture, animation in one slide, because your slide become hard to read by your audience. So you have to simply take one of the element build, for example picture for example, and adjust it to your slide, and so that your slide become more interesting to be read by your reader. And furthermore, you could add transition to each of the slide from your presentation, because it could create a live atmosphere for your slide from your presentation. And it also could make your reader get your reader interested to read about the information that you present in the slide. So I think that's really important to add a transition in your PowerPoint. So that's all about the about four main points that you need to consider when you prepare an effective PowerPoint. I hope it useful for you all, and goodbye.